Hello, good evening. You're watching ITV News Central. The first memorial dedicated to Royal Navy personnel, past, present and future, has been unveiled at the National Memorial Arboretum in Staffordshire. It's designed to be a place of reflection and comfort for anyone with a link to those who patrol our seas. Hannah Stokes reports.
It's the newest and probably the boldest of the Arboretum's 300 memorials. The first for anyone with any link to the Royal Navy. A comfort for Jill Molyneux, whose husband, Lieutenant Commander Ian Molyneux, didn't die in conflict, but was murdered in the line of duty by a disgruntled sailor. He was trying to save his colleagues.
My husband was serving on HMS Astute, been a submariner for all his naval career, and he was shot dead in April 2011. Remembrance Day, we remember those fallen in combat, quite rightly so, but I think it is important to remember all those that have served our country and lost their lives.
The sculpture was commissioned by the Royal Naval Association as part of their 60th anniversary celebrations. More than 1,500 people came here to see it unveiled, but also to take comfort in the camaraderie and support the association offers.
These were all his friends, and this is what we all are, just friends today, tomorrow we hope. Arm round the shoulder, helping each other. I don't know what I'd do without the Royal Naval Association actually, especially since I lost Jan.
The memorial is full of significance.
Each sail represents a colour from the 5 oceans around the world, and that colour is reflected onto the white granite terrace. Later in the year, probably October time, you will get shadows which stretch right across the granite, and the floor will just be a sea of blue. I've made the figure myself, so people will obviously associate themselves with him, particularly if they are sailors, and kind of looking across the seas, head bowed, and perhaps thinking about shipmates that are no longer with us anymore.
A memorial which will help us express both grief and gratitude for many years to come. Hannah Stokes, ITV News.
Tennis stars Tim Henman and Martina Navratilova have been playing in a charity match in Birmingham today in memory of Elena Baltacha. The 30-year-old former British #1 died of liver cancer last month. Today the Rally for Bally was held at the Aegon Classic in Edgbaston. Money raised from the event is going to the Elena Baltacha Academy of Tennis, which encourages underprivileged children to take up the sport.
She dealt with a lot of adversity in her career, but to be playing in the biggest and best tournaments was a great achievement. And as I got to know her more and more over the years, you understand what a great person she was.
As a player, she was an incredibly fierce competitor, heart of a lion, and as a person, she was selfless, humble. Very, very kind and great fun. She was just a genuinely nice person to be around.
Alan Irvine has been appointed the new head coach at West Bromwich Albion, a decision that has outraged many fans who were hoping to get former Spurs boss Tim Sherwood. On its official website, the club says the 55-year-old former Preston and Sheffield Wednesday manager is excited to be moving there on a 12-month rolling contract. Irvine will join the Baggies after he leaves his current role as Everton's academy manager. But Albion supporters leaving a Father's Day event at the Hawthorns this afternoon were less than enthusiastic about his appointment.
There are an awful lot of good managers out there still to be approached. Why we should end up with a second tier, I think, not really well named manager.
Who was he managed? Preston, Sheffield Wednesday. What did he do? Sheffield Wednesday, I think he finished 13th and they got rid of him.
I know nothing about him. I think he's absolutely rubbish. He probably comes from League 2 or League 1. The appointment of the manager is very bad, and I think we should have Tim Sherwood.
Time for a look at the weather forecast now with James Wright.
What's in store for today? ITV Local Weather, sponsored by CenterParcs.
Hello there, good evening. We've got some high pressure lurking to the north and west of us. That's pretty good news for us because it gives us more of the settled weather. I think west is generally going to be best for sunshine. As far as tonight though goes, a lot of clouds around, I'm afraid, a little bit of light rain and drizzle in the air. It's going to stop the temperatures dipping too far, but with lows of 12 Celsius and that northerly breeze has very little humidity on it, so it shouldn't be too uncomfortable for sleeping. Tomorrow morning, again, a bit of a dreary start to the day, but there will be some holes punched in that cloud, and hopefully as we get into the afternoon, a few more developing. Highs of 20 or 21 Celsius, that's 70 in Fahrenheit, and like I say, generally settled over the next few days, and temperatures not doing too badly. Here's your pollen.
ITV Local Weather, sponsored by CenterParcs.
The Pollen Count, sponsored by Checkatrade.com. Checkatrade.com.
With all the settled weather around over the next few days, expect very high counts, particularly for the West Midlands, the East Midlands slightly lower, but even then during the evening peak you might find it a little bit uncomfortable.
You can keep up to date with news, weather and travel in our region on our website 24 hours a day. That's itv.com/central. That's all for now. We're back during Good Morning Britain from 6 a.m. tomorrow. But for now, from the weekend team, bye-bye.